Dexter Season 8 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Dexter Season 8 Episode 4. The title of this episode is called Scar Tissue. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Deb gets taken back into the shipping container by Vogel, and she thinks about killing Dexter instead of La Guerta. Deb gets upset with Vogel, and Vogel says, "Good, we're done for the day." There was more to it than that, but I was having trouble focusing for this episode. Crime scene time. Angie Miller tells Masuka that there was a hottie asking for him at the station, but she didn't let him know until now. Dexter and Vogel meet for coffee. Dexter wants to see Deb, but Vogel says she's not ready yet. Dexter says he's crossed 3 more people off the list from Vogel's book, and then Dexter looks into A.J. Yates. Deb watches one of Vogel's tapes with Harry, discussing Dexter killing. Vogel tells Deb she did the right thing. Dexter asks Vogel about Yates' scar. Dexter gets into Yates' place. Yates' dad has a birthday coming up. Yates' closet is full of women's shoes. Just one, though, not both pairs. Yates is actually watching Dexter from downstairs in his secret lair of sorts, basement, whatever, on surveillance. Yates also has a woman in a cage downstairs. Dexter goes home and meets Cassie, who's a friend of Jamie. She was just randomly in the apartment, and Dexter's like, "Hello, who are you?" Quinn's having drinks with Jamie and Angel. Someone says something bad about Deb, and Quinn punches them. Jamie and Quinn go back home. I don't remember if it was Quinn's place or Jamie's place, and they go and fuck. Jamie again doesn't show anything. She keeps her stuff hidden. Dexter makes pancakes. Harrison talks to an imaginary friend named Dan. Now, I don't think this ever gets brought up again, so I don't know why they did this. Really doesn't make any sense, but it was kind of random. Jamie's car is out of commission, so she's going to borrow Dexter's vehicle. Vogel takes Deb back to the shipping container. Vogel lectures Deb about always choosing Dexter. She was a good person forced to do something bad. And then at this point, I'm kind of bored, honestly. Matthews talks about the sergeant exam with Angel. Matthews wants Angel to strongly consider Angie Miller for the sergeant position, as she also scored very high like Quinn. What about Soderquist? He's been at Miami Metro for a long time, longer than Quinn and Angie Miller. What was his score? Did he apply for the position? I think Soderquist would be a great sergeant. Sergeant Soderquist has a great alliteration to it as well. The hottie is in the lab to visit Masuka. Her name is Nikki, and Masuka says she must be majoring in beautiful. Nikki says he may be her father, as Masuka was a sperm donor in college. Nikki does the Masuka laugh at the same time Masuka does it. That was kind of funny. Elway talks to Deb. He thought she was going to need more time off. Elway says we're going to need food. And then I just decided to take a nap for 10 minutes or something like that during the episode. It was like 7 to 10 minutes as I was getting very bored of the episode, unfortunately. Deb says to Elway her dad was everything to her, and Elway kind of says the same thing. So cheers to dead dads. Long may they haunt us. Deb says she's good and doesn't drink the beer that Elway gives her. Dexter goes to Yates's place again and finds his secret lair, room, basement that's hidden behind a panel. I don't know what they call it. And Dexter actually thinks Yates is the brain surgeon. Dexter finds a girl in, it's like a large toolbox, something to that degree in Yates's hidden lair. But she's going to be all right. She has a stab wound. Dexter tried to pull her out, and then immediately it bled, so Dexter put it back in there and put pressure on it. and it sounds like she's going to be all right. Dexter finds files on Vogel's computers, or he finds files on her computer. She was actually taking notes on Dexter. Dexter says once he kills Yates, they're over. Deb watches another DVD of Harry and Vogel. Dexter calls Yates from his dad's room, but surprisingly to save his own life, because Dexter's about to give Yates something that, I don't know if it was M99 or something else. It probably was M99. Yates was actually willing to take his father's life, so maybe he doesn't care about his father after all. Dexter says Vogel can go to hell. Deb is outside the station and thanks Quinn for looking out for her, like he always does. He tells Deb that Jamie is jealous. Make it work with Jamie. I want you to be happy. You mean so much to me. Don't you fucking forget that. Of course, Deb had to say fucking because she loves to swear. Dexter sees Deb and sees her smile. So is Deb back? Deb tells Dexter she thinks they should talk, wants to take a ride. Deb tells Dexter about the DVD of Vogel and Harry. Deb asks Dexter if Dad killed himself. He tells her that Harry OD'd on his heart medication. Deb thinks she knows how he felt because Dexter had mentioned that Harry thought he created a monster. And Deb says Harry only got it half right and grabs the wheel and makes her and Dexter go into the lake. A guy fishing notices it. He swims over and saves Deb, but doesn't pay any attention to Dexter. And then when Deb gets, on the shore, Deb to the rescue. Deb jumps in, swims there, and eventually Deb pulls Dexter out of the vehicle and gets him out of the water, or at least his head out of the water. I don't recall if Dexter, or I didn't notice that Dexter actually was conscious at this point in time, but I do believe, well, obviously he gets revived in the next episode. But that is how the episode ends. So I wasn't the biggest fan of this episode. I feel like it's dragging. They're trying to stall to get to a certain point. Obviously, for people that have watched the show already, we haven't even seen the brain surgeon yet. We haven't seen Hannah yet. Just annoying things. I think we're getting too much of Dr. Evelyn Vogel. I do like Vogel as a character, but at this point, I'm kind of annoyed with her. Nitpicks, I guess. I don't believe we saw Soderquist. And if we did, it was a quick walk by. So I'm going to give the episode a 7.7 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm going to give it a 7.7 is that ending scene with Deb turning the wheel and going into the lake. Otherwise, it probably would have been a 7 out of 10. So my female character of the episode is obviously going to be Deb. My male character of the episode, nobody was really a standout character except for Yates. So AJ Yates is going to be the male character of the episode. We haven't seen him die yet, but as a villain, he seems pretty formidable for Dexter. He was in a situation in his dad's hospital room, and he was about to get it, and he quickly acted, pulled the breathing thing out so the nurses would come in, and escaped. So Yates is the character of the episode for the males. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you are a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood, which I hope you are, then why the hell are you watching these videos? Please consider smashing that like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. I have about 20 people that watch these videos on a regular basis. If I had 25, it's even better. Obviously, the series is over with. I know it's not as popular, but I like to think I'm a pretty big Dexter fan considering other people that watch TV shows, that watch millions of TV shows. When I rewatch Dexter, I believe that this is my 9th time watching this show. All these seasons, except obviously for Dexter New Blood, which some of those episodes I've watched multiple times. This will be my second rewatch of the entire season of Dexter New Blood. So I consider myself a Dexter know-it-all to a degree. I don't know, but all the likes I get help with getting this put out to more people. Share the video with whomever you want. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms like Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. I don't like Twitter, but I do have a Twitter account. I do have a Facebook account. I do have an Instagram account. And then MySpace, I actually don't have anymore. I deleted it and then missed a bunch of pictures on there that my computer broke down, and I lost a bunch of pictures that were on MySpace at the time. So that sucks. And then last, well, obviously, I want you to comment. Sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode. Rate the episode. Who's your favorite male character? Who's your favorite female character of the episode? Favorite moment if you have one. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.